Hello, everyone. Oof. Ay, 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 ay. I didn't even get to put some little lip gloss on. Welcome to Untangled. We're on episode 98. 98. We are in the month of August, so that's cool. 8. Let's do some lip gloss so we don't have such. Hello, Bridget, Marianne, Katie, Kelly, Nancy, Sandy, all of you beautiful, amazing humans. Hi, Paula. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Untangled, our weekly touch base where I talk about everything that's happening in our evolution and human consciousness and making it extremely normal and human, also dissecting it, figuring it out, looking at it. We've never done this before. What an amazing ride it is to be on this roller coaster of shifts, evolutionary consciousness shifts, energetic shifts, just absolute magic. And also, very, very crazy, 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 crazy shifts. Miraculous and crazy. I had a very wonky sleep. I had a really strange experience last night. I want to share it with you guys. The energies just feel so weird right now. So I want to talk a little bit about the energies just because it's kind of fun to dissect energy. And I'm going to answer a few questions for those of you that are here today. Um, Thank you for being a part of my community and my channel. Please like this video if you like it as you're listening to it, and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. All right. So before we get going, there is one piece of homework or housekeeping. It's not homework, housekeeping. We are starting Align 8.0 tomorrow, Wednesday, August 7th. Align 8.0 is a 21-day intensive where we will sit together every day for 21 straight days and basically change our lives. It will change your life. If you've already taken an Align, take this one. If you've never taken an Align, take this class. This Align is going to be it's going to be very profound. It's going to be very powerful, subtly powerful, and mind-blowingly powerful, or anything in between. I'm going to be going through a lot myself also during the class. I'm going to be doing a 5-day fast in the midst of it. And there's just something very powerful about this kind of portal that we're in right now energetically, in terms of catapulting sort of into more of uh, a the evolution goes like this. So it's an up and down, but it's always kind of slightly moving up in vibration and frequency. And there's these moments where there's a lot of energy on the planet, and you can kind of pop into a little bit of a higher way of being, new way of being, different way of being. And this class is taking place unbeknownst to me, but this class Align 8.0 is taking place during a really powerful moment on the planet. I mean, they're all powerful moments. Every day is a powerful moment on the planet, is it not? But anyway, Align 8.0 is $59 for 21 freaking days of sitting with me and hundreds of other people all around the world. It is simple and it is life-changing. And it's a daily practice. I guide us through it. It's different every day. And yeah, I highly recommend doing it. There's also 3 live bonus Q&As that we do as well. It's a lot. You get a lot for, a dinner, $59. Anyways, the link is down below. And yeah, we'll be doing it during the Lionsgate on 8/8 as well. So please, 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 I highly recommend, encourage you to join. It starts tomorrow. So that is the only piece of housekeeping that I had. How long is each session? The practice itself is 20 minutes, and each class lasts from anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes to an hour. Kind of just depends. But the framework is that we connect for the first 10 minutes and say, hello, how's everyone doing? Blah, blah, blah. Then we do a 20-minute practice. So it's 30 minutes. Then you can jump off or you can stay. And I usually talk a little bit, answer some questions, things like that. Um, Hi, Loretta. I'm so happy that you're here. It starts at 10 a.m. California time. So it's every single day for 21 days at 10 a.m. And if you can't join live, you get the replays, all the replays, lifetime access to the replays. And the replays are just as powerful because it is your moment of being live with me. And yeah, this one's going to be good. Okay, where do I start? I don't know, man. Some weird stuff happened last night to me all night long. So I want to kind of share about that. And I want to share the energies that I'm feeling into the last 12 hours. Um I was just saying this on Instagram live, but to me, um for to me, hold on. For me, this is all about energy, right? For all of us, it's about energy. And if you want to just simply sum up what the evolution in human consciousness is that we're navigating, it is the body continuing to hold more frequency or more light. It's that simple. um, and yet it's extremely challenging and complicated in some way because when the body continues to hold more and more frequency or light, it moves into higher frequencies. And the soul that you are, which is the awareness inside the physical body, it gets to experience life in different ways, in new ways. And so one beautiful experience that we're going to start having more and more is that we're going to start watching ourselves change faster. Change meaning we're going to become new more often, new ways of being, new ways of thinking, new ways of navigating, new relationships, new things. So things are going to continue to fall away and new things are going to continue to arise. That's just the balance of how it works. And it's that natural process of light um, integrating and grounding down into the body. The other thing that you're gonna notice more and more is that, truly the easiest way to get through anything right now in your day is to feel it. That there isn't you can't really trust much else right now. You can't I mean, trusting what you read or trusting what you hear or trusting what somebody says, words, that's not going to be the mechanism or the tool in which you are going to understand the world. It's going to come from a feeling state more and more. Um, the systems that be that have been controlling the planet for millions of or thousands of years, they use these tactics of confusion in order to pull you out of your most empowered state, which is intuitiveness, resonance, because energy doesn't lie. And so the fastest way out of a state of manipulation or mind control is to feel the energies. You feel what someone's saying, you feel what someone's doing, you feel the message, you feel the energy between you and someone, or you in a room, or you doing whatever you're doing. You have to feel it. And once you start doing that more and more, you'll have the most authentic expression of what that is. Whether it's with somebody, an experience, something you're reading, something you're watching, something you're listening to, everything has to boil down to energy. And so what you're going to notice more and more is more confusion with other people, more confusion in your own life. It's going to get more and more distracting. It's going to get louder out there. It's all because it is a way of continuing to distract the human or keep the human in a state, in a mind state. Okay, and so you want to come into the body more and more. Okay, so one, you're going to start to your body's going to start to increase and hold higher frequencies unbeknownst to you, and you're going to start noticing more things falling away, more things coming in. You're going to start noticing that the easiest way to navigate the world right now is through the feeling state. It's just gonna make the most sense. You're gonna trust it more than anything. People are going to be lying to you, and you're gonna say, "Man, I should have trusted my intuition more and more." You're gonna be listening to people, and you're gonna say, "You know, that just doesn't sound right anymore. That seems so weird. That seems kinda strange." That's your intuition coming online. That's you feeling. The third thing that's gonna start to happen is that you're going to start to feel the other kind of very strange energies that are kind of floating around in the stream with us right now or in the ocean with us. It is energies that are like little fleas, and they infiltrate our thoughts. They infiltrate the physical body. They feel like entities almost, or like just think energies that are floating around or flying around that are um, they're trying to infiltrate. That's the best way that I could describe it. This is gonna increase, for a lot of us. That this is why, taking, taking breaks in social media, not being on your phone as much, not being on the computer as much, being outside, being in nature, being with animals, being with children, being with anything that drops you into a slowness, into a slower state where you can be more present is gonna be huge. Um, because these kind of, flea-like energies that are infiltrating the mind, they're gonna make you feel very weird. It's gonna make you feel like you're not you. It's gonna confuse you. You're gonna get more and more confused, and you're gonna think that confusion is yours. You're gonna think there's something wrong with you. Um, you're gonna feel maybe like there's heavy energies. Um, hold on, I wanna skip that. Um, You're gonna feel like there's heavier energies maybe in your body or around your body or on your body. Um, and this may just come and go. It may come in for like a 6-hour stint and then it's gone, right? But or it stays for like a day and then it's gone. Or you notice it more after you're hanging out with someone or after you do a specific event or activity or something, right? You wanna start to pay close attention to, um, you really want to become the scientist even more than ever. You know, the energetic scientist is the one that is really feeling into what is going on in my thoughts right now. This is why Align 8.0 is so freaking important right now. I don't think there's anything more important than coming into the body and really starting to hone in on your natural gifts, your natural skills of being able to navigate an energetic world that's getting louder, more distracting, more weird. Like, wait, is this energy mine? Are these thoughts mine? Or did this come in from somewhere else? Do I have the tools to clean out or clear out these energies? Um, it's you're not crazy. This is going to increase in a lot of people, especially if you are consuming information. It's being dropped in and inundated um, all the time, 24 hours. You know, and so we've got to be able to get really, really crystal clear on the simplicity of this evolution that we're in, but also the intense layers that it holds as well. Because we have never gone through this type of physical transformation in the way that we are right now. The physical transformation is that the actual physical body is changing, it's shifting. And of course, like I've said so many times, you're not in charge of it. And we think we are, and we're not. This is that a very natural process. But if there is anything that you can think about right now in terms of going about your days, it's how can I feel more through all of this in order to have the most empowered stance as I navigate it. And what is the group think right now? What does everybody want me to think? How do I feel? How do I feel about myself? Anyway, I want to share the story. Is that last night I had a glass of wine, and I hadn't had a glass of wine in a while, and I didn't feel right when I was driving home. I'm like, something doesn't feel right. I couldn't pinpoint it. It was really weird. And I came home and I took a shower and I was laying in bed. I'm like, whoa, something really doesn't feel right. And I'm sharing this just in case you ever have an experience like this. Don't take it lightly. You're not crazy. So I'm laying in bed and I'm like, something feels like it came into my field. Something feels like it entered into my space, into my body. Something feels like it came into my energetic field. Um, and I didn't panic. I wasn't freaked out because I knew something told me intuitively that it would be gone in the morning, whatever it was. But I was laying in bed for hours realizing that there is definitely something that kind of infiltrated its way into my field, my energetic field, and perhaps even my body. Thank you from fertility to delivery, 3-3 water fasting through my crystalline body and looping. Yes, amazing. I think that's why I'm being called. Well, there's a lot of reasons I'm being called to the water fast. But anyway, I was praying last night when I was laying in bed, and I was doing my, commanding of these energies to be out. And when I woke up this morning, I felt very weird and groggy, and I almost didn't do the Untangled today. Um, and so the reason I'm sharing this is that the more that we can fine tune every single thing we're feeling, the more we're going to be able to find ourselves in a very powerful place as we navigate this spiritual battle. This is a spiritual, which means an energetic battle. And it's subtle and you can't see it. Okay. So we're not in a battle with the governments. We're not in a battle with Charles Schwab or whatever the freak those people's names are, Bill Gates, all these people that you see. The people that we're in a battle with, you will never see. The people that are actually running this entire planet, you will never see them. You'll never see their names. You'll never see their face. You will never know who they are. And so all the puppets are the people we see as Bill Gates and the ones that we think are just so horrible and awful, Elon Musk, et cetera, et cetera. They're just the puppets. No matter how much billions of dollars they have, they are being run. And so we are battling something we will never see. It has to be felt. And this evolution that we're on is all about finding your most empowered place to navigate this intense evolutionary shift where we are going to be going through darkness, right? And so which that most empowered place is being the soul that you are inside the physical form. That is going to be your most empowered place. And so the space that humanity is in right now in the evolution, I mean, there's layers to it, but one of the openings that has begun is that you are starting to propel yourself consciously or unconsciously into the human body more in order to experience yourself as soul, as God, as light, as consciousness, as spirit, whatever you want to call it. And the more that you start to do this naturally, the more you will start to see and feel this battle that's happening that's energetic. You'll start to feel the energy, certain weird energies coming into your field. You'll start to feel infiltrated thought coming into your mind that's not yours. You'll start to feel energies that feel like they are almost poisonous inside the body. you're going to feel your body saying, you need to fast, or you need to cleanse, or you need to go on a sweat, or you need to whatever. Your body's going to continue to tell you how to move and process these energies, from the external world, that are going to be felt more and more. You have to understand that we live in this quantum field where everything is experienced all at once at any moment. And so when you go through a really cataclysmic physical evolution like we're going through, there is a lot of heavier energies that we're transmuting or alchemizing into higher frequency. The body is doing that, right? And so it catapults the physical body into abilities to feel in new ways. And one of those ways is feeling these kind of darker, weird energies, that um, is playing out on the planet right now. And so you want to just pay attention to the thought forms. You want to pay a really close attention to the fear. You know, you you want to take care of yourself, and you want to take care of others in in a more delicate way. You really want to understand the power of taking care of yourself and taking care of others right now. It's the the darkness that is continuing to be shown to humanity. There's just as much beautiful light that's being shown to humanity as well. But the darkness will continue to be shown. We're going to continue to see people playing out these um, lower frequency states of being more and more, in order to give them an opportunity to choose in new ways, and an opportunity for us to choose in new ways how we want to be. Um, but it's important that we understand what's happening. And, that's why I have the lion behind me, because this is a this is really a battle against what has been. For me, how I see what we're in right now is, it's my own personal battle, um, between the external world that has created the illusion of who I'm supposed to be, right? Hi, Dewey. Thank you for that. The external world being my phone, the way I do business, um, the ways in which the world tells you how to do it and what to be and what to think, and um, just the real deep ingrained systems. The battle that I see each of us in right now is between our own true authentic expressions of soul, our truest expressions, and the external world, and the way that the external world is still trying to keep us in these really contained small spaces, like a prison. And so this whole year, 2024, for me has been about breaking free in very different ways. And it's been breaking free from really deeply ingrained systems of how I'm supposed to be in the world, how I'm supposed to make money, what the things that I'm supposed to follow, the what success means, blah, blah, blah. And so I've been using this energy of the lion, where it's like, get the F out of my way, like, get out of my way. Um, and it's literally like, it's almost like, you've been suppressed for so long and you're finally standing up. And I'm not saying that I'm suppressed in terms of what's deep suppression actually looks like on this planet, but we're all suppressed as humans. Um, but it's this feeling of just standing up and literally just screaming, "Get out of my way. You are no longer going to tell me what to do. You're no longer going to tell me how to be. You're no longer going to tell me that if I do this or I do that, then I'm going to get, more money or more success or more likes or more followers or more, you know, I'm just speaking in terms of how I do my business, but you can refer it to your own life. And how has the world told you to be? How has the world um, molded you into, you do it like this and you do it like this? And we will see it for many years to come. It's a group think, and everybody does it like this, and so then you just do it like this, and then and it pulls you out of authenticity, pulls you out of your authentic expression. It makes you feel insecure about your authentic way of showing up. How do you just want to be in the world? How do you want to be? How do you want to feel? What do you want to feel? Right? What's important to you? And how do you uniquely want to navigate that? How do you uniquely want to navigate your service on this planet? What's your unique way of being? And that's the lion energy. Like, you're not gonna tell me. You're not going to, um, you're not gonna get me. You're not. And that takes a lot of fine tuning into our own awareness, our own consciousness, our own breath, our own body, in ways that you may say, I've been doing this, and I would say you need to do it even more, and you need to keep doing it, because the world is very, very tricky. And as soon as you think that that you're solid and that you're good, you'll get caught in something else, right? And so being able to quiet ourselves from the external world as often as possible, shutting things down, getting into nature, slowing down, paying attention to all of the beliefs that you hold, all of the beliefs that are only true because you believe them to be true. So really starting to fine tune even more what you believe to be your truth. What do you believe, that's continuing to create your world, your reality, and examining them, really examining every single. Thank you, Danny, for that super chat. Um, Examining how, just, yeah, examining how you have been taught to show up, and examining how your authentic expression wants to show up. Um, yeah. So anyway, it's going to be a really tricky time that we're in right now. And so, especially with weird energies outside of us, um, you this is why also you want to be so present with what is. Um, as my phone pulls me out of presence, although that's presence too. You want to be so present with what is arising in your moment, what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. The more clear and present you can be with everything you're experiencing, the more you are sort of like, the more you're sharpening your knives, kind of, right? You want to keep sharpening the knives. And so the sharpening your knives is sharpening your clarity. So it's getting just so present with what is. What is right now, and now what is, and now what is, and now what is. Um Now what do I feel? Now what do I think? Now what am I doing? Now what am I experiencing? And now, over and over and over. The other really powerful thing to keep remembering is that God, or whatever you want to call this force that vibrates through everything, I call it God. It's continuing to show you everything you need to see without any mistake. Um, and so what I've been doing is I've been watching every moment. I've been really open and curious to what is being shown to me every day, every conversation, every person, every interaction, because I'm noticing more and more that they're all interconnected. So a conversation that I have with someone at lunchtime has a high probability of having some sort of correlation with something I do later on, right? And so there's this beautiful, like, it's almost like, um, there's domino effect throughout your day. And so whatever you're experiencing in the morning has an impact on what you're going to experience the rest of the day. And so trying not to, um, you know, try not to push something aside that happened, and instead just be curious with everything that's happening right now throughout your day. We're getting all these winks from God, winks from the universe, winks from ourselves, um, and on how to what we need to see and what we need to hear and what we need to feel. And most of the time, we're so distracted because we're in our minds. We're just in mind, thinking, 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 that we don't see it. We don't see the winks. And so start to bring awareness to everything that's happening, everything. Um, it's really powerful, really powerful. Hi, Sun Valley, Idaho. I love that area so much. Oh my gosh. The Sawtooth Mountains, man. And what is that river that runs through it? The Snake River? Um, it's so beautiful there. Um, what else is going on? What else can I share with you guys? Um, yeah, be discerning right now with the energies. Be very, very discerning. Oh, thank you, Luxembourg, Sarah. I appreciate that, my friend. Does anybody have a question? I have 30 minutes left, and I'm being guided to answer some questions that somebody may have. Sacred geometry. Yes. I'm starting my water fast on Friday. I'm going to go into like a pretty deep prayer. I'm doing my water fast. Thank you, Nalini, for that super chat. I'm doing my water fast to get into a closer relationship with soul. Um, yeah. Um, will it get better? Will what get better? You mentioned in your IG that our bodies will naturally want substances to fall away. Can you speak more about that? Um, and was the glass of wine related to that energy you felt? Yes. So I was shown that by drinking the glass of wine, I was shown not to stop drinking. Last night I heard stop drinking. It was a big, 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 big message. Stop drinking. And it was almost like the glass of wine opened me up to be more susceptible in some strange way to energies coming in. And again, I think it's a combination of taking any altering substance, um, has the potential to, um, perhaps right now, create um, a higher probability of energies coming into your space and into your field. And I think one of the reasons is because there's so much, the energy on the planet is increasing. So it's a much higher vibration. And so when the energy increases on the planet and in our bodies, we just start feeling more and more. And if we take substances, we are designed to be able to be sovereign and in our energetic field, and not be bombarded or taken over by other energies. However, our most empowered state, which again is what Align 8.0 is going to really bring us into, but our most thank you, frequency 24, our most empowered state is in body with soul, connected and aligned with soul and with God inside the physical body as the human, and knowing that we're safe to experience everything. If we start to take altering substances that alter our natural state, even if we think it brings us to a place of godliness or bliss, or create brings us into more creativity, or anything that alters your natural state is going to increase the probability of other energies entering your field right now, just because of how high a frequency the planet's at and the physical body. It's very different than 5 years ago. It's very different than 2 years ago. We're now more susceptible because we're becoming more energetic. And if we are altering our natural state of being, whether we think it's good or not, it almost like it's like a garage door open. So we have this beautiful energetic field where these sovereign humans designed to be in our physical body, within an energetic field, walking around, experiencing and exploring all the energies, but feeling very safe. And if you think about taking drugs or alcohol or other things that alter that experience, it almost like the field of protection that you kind of naturally have around you starts to dissolve a little bit, and you become more susceptible to energies out there. And I'm not saying these things are bad. I'm just saying that because of the frequency on the planet continuing to increase, there is a much higher probability of connecting into other energies that are not for your highest good when we start to take anything that alters our natural state. And I think if we're humble enough to feel into this, a lot of us are going to start feeling this in our bodies. And our bodies are going to ask us to stop. They're gonna ask us to stop taking, supplements that don't feel right anymore. It's gonna ask us to stop taking, any sort of alternative substance that you may be doing to help you creatively or to sleep or to whatever. The body's gonna probably keep asking us to not necessarily drink alcohol or, smoke cigarettes or anything that creates any tiny bit of a, altering of our natural state. And why is this? It's not because these things are bad necessarily. Okay. We can all have our opinions on what we take to alter our reality, but it is because it is pulling us from our most empowered natural state of being, which is in an aligned, clear state within the body, connected to soul, aligned with God inside physical form, right? With the highest clarity. The highest clarity is not when you're on weed. The highest clarity is not when you're doing ayahuasca or any of those things. The highest clarity that you will ever have is being completely clean and nothing in the system at all. That's the highest aligned state you could possibly be in. Now, the reason we don't like that is because it doesn't feel as intense as when we are on um, things that alter our reality, that alter our brain chemistry, that we see things, we hear things. So when we are able to accentuate what we naturally have the ability to do, accentuate it through substances, we get addicted to that and we want to keep feeling these things, or it helps us heal faster, so we want to do these things because it's like, well, this really helped and this did that, and that's all fine and dandy. But your body it wants to be able to do this naturally. It wants to be able to show you that it is naturally designed to be able to do everything that these alternative medicine stuff does. Otherwise it wouldn't be happening in the body. Right? So the body obviously knows how to be able to do all of the stuff that we're trying to get it to do faster than its natural capacity. And again, your most empowered state, your most powerful state is alignment, coming into an aligned state of being where you are connected into this expression of God or soul or spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, that's inside the body. Once you're clicked in inside, then you connect outwardly. Um, and so that your body is going to start to um, show you, perhaps, don't take these things anymore. Um, and it's just the natural process of evolution. It might be for you, it might be 3 years ago that started to happen. It might be happening right now. It might happen in 5 years. There is no like better than, oh, I'm a better human because I'm not drinking alcohol. Like, oh, I'm a lesser person because I'm drinking alcohol. That's all nonsense. These ideas of the right way to do this evolution, the right way to do this ascension journey, like, oh, you better not do that and you better not do that. It's like, why can we not just go through this all together in very different and differing ways without there being one specific right way of doing it? Oh, if you're doing it like this, then you are not doing it correctly. It's like, no, it just is what it is as it's arising. And for some of us, our bodies may begin to say to us, I don't want you to take anything altering at all anymore. And for some of us, that may never happen. Some of us, we just may keep drinking our beers and our, all these amazing fun things, and everything is fine. Again, what this brings up is just the awareness of how we are programmed to create divide. Right? We immediately go into, oh, if you are no longer drinking alcohol, then you're really going to be becoming this enlightened human. But if you still drink alcohol, you're see how we just naturally create a divide? We naturally create a good or a bad, a right or a wrong in this dualistic uh, dimensional field that we live in right now. It just goes there instead of just whatever is gets to be here until something else gets to be here. Right? It's like immediately there's judgment. Immediately there's a hierarchy. And I think that's something extremely powerful to pay attention to, because that is going to continue to get louder and louder. We're going to continue to find ourselves, unfortunately, squeezed into this, take a side, right or wrong, good and bad. That's not to say that that doesn't have a place here. It does, but if it's continuing to perpetuate that divide, you want to pay attention to it. We really want to pay attention to this. Um, and the more neutral ground is that, this person does it this way, this person does it this way, and this person does it this way, and it all is being done the way that human and that human and that human is doing it, and nobody is better than and nobody is more right than the other. um, and there are laws on this planet, and there is the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do. um, and there's everything in between. That's what makes this planet so profound, is the amount of experience that gets to be had as we move through an evolutionary shift. And so we're starting to squeeze ourselves out of polarity and duality while we still stand in polarity and duality. It's a mind messes with your mind. Um, but highly encourage you to keep listening to your body more than anybody else. Really, the body is what is actually ascending. It's the body. The body is what's actually evolving. The body is what's actually increasing in frequency. You aren't. You're this miraculous soul that's having that's going for the ride. And so the body is what you want to pay most attention to, which is also why rest is so important, you know? Um, yeah. Um, yeah, you want to be in the most natural, raw state you can possibly be in. It's the cleanest state that we can be in when it comes to this spiritual battle that we're in right now. Um, how do you heal anxiety in the body? I don't look at anxiety as something you have to heal because I don't think it's anything other than energy moving through the physical body, right? And the way I see anxiety is that it is unconscious thought bringing you into a future that's most likely based on fear. And so what I do with anxiety is if and when I feel anxiety, I know that it's an energy first and foremost moving through my body and I know that it stems from thought. Even if I'm unconscious of those thoughts, right? And I know that it is physically felt. So by the time these thoughts have intensified in an unconscious or a conscious reality, it's it's so intense now, these thoughts, that it's in the body being felt as anxiousness, anxiety, right? And it's an intense feeling that rattles the body. It moves through the body in a really loud, obnoxious, scary way. And it takes you. But for me, anxiety always stems from thought. And so, what I will do when I have anxiety is I will understand first and foremost that I need to breathe. I need to breathe. I need to find my breath, right? The second thing I do is that I remember its energy and it's moving through my body. And the third thing I do is I start to turn the thoughts up. I make the thoughts get louder. Because if I am not aware of what is actually creating the anxiety, which for most people it stems from from thought. If I'm not aware of what thoughts are creating the anxiety, then I will be stuck in the illusion that the anxiety is true, is real. And it's not. It's just me believing thoughts that are pulling me into a future that I'm trying to predict. And I'm trying to predict it because there's some sort of fear that I'm holding on to. So if I can become aware of what I'm thinking and I can start to question it and I can start to look at it and I can start to remind myself anything that pulls me into a future is an illusion, it's not real. And so I come back to what is right here, right now. It's very rare that I feel anxiety anymore. I don't have a lot of anxiety anymore. But when I have it, I will recognize what's actually happening. And the more that I do that, the more it brings me to the right here, right now. Right. So I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing right now? I'm laying in bed. I'm trying to breathe. Um, I'm recognizing how these thoughts are completely taking over. They are the absolute truth. Everything that I'm thinking right now or feeling right now, I'm not even aware of thought. If you have anxiety and you're not even aware of thought, you want to start to turn on you want to ask the thoughts to get louder. What am I thinking about? What just happened? That makes sense. So that's what I do when anxiety comes in. If anxiety comes in. I have to see everything as what it actually is and um, not what I have been programmed to believe it to be, right? What do you think about your inner child and your inner punisher? I give them space. I give it a voice. I let it be there. I listen. I become aware. I observe it. I observe it. Is there a way to resist disruptive spirits without battling them? Something about the world battle feels like I'm being pulled looser to the somehow. Um, is there a way to resist disruptive spirits without battling them? Yeah, I didn't battle the spirit I felt last night. I just recognized there was something happening, and then I just demanded it to leave. So for me, it wasn't so much I was battling it, although there are times where I will battle, battle things because I need to pull myself out of the real deep, programs, the real deep manipulation. And it for me, it does require a massive amount of fight, to pull myself out of, while I simultaneously let it all be there, right? So I'm always allowing it all to be there and to show itself and to be in the room with me, and then I have to choose. And many times when we start choosing from a conscious place, it feels like a battle because you've been so brainwashed and you've been so manipulated in terms of how you see emotion, how you see thought, how you see the world, how you behave in the world, what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is bad, what you should do and shouldn't. Like everything is so programmed, that to start embodying and integrating your authentic expression, your soul, you have to really fight almost against the systems, the way in which we've been, told to be. And so what's happening with these little ant-like energies that are coming into our field, they're trying to infiltrate, our authenticity. They're trying to infiltrate and confuse us. They're trying to pull us out of alignment, trying to keep us in the external, keep looking out, keep being distracted, keep looking over there, look over here, look over there. So these little spirits will come in, these little energies, entities, and they'll mess with your brain, they'll mess with your mind, they'll mess with your emotional states, right? They'll mess with your body. It's like, get the hell out of here. What are you doing? No. What was I just doing 3 hours ago that may have opened myself to that? Oh, I was doing dot, dot, dot. Okay. Now what does this feel like? This does not feel like me. Okay. Now how do I get it out? I just demand it out and I recognize what's happening, right? So it doesn't have to be this like massive, holy shit, I got to go get an exorcism type thing. It's really for me just tapping into that lioness energy and realizing that I'm becoming more and more in control of my own energetic world, which means that, nothing is here to hurt me or harm me, but I'm becoming more energetic. So I have to become more responsible for what I'm digesting, for what I'm doing, for who I'm around, what I'm allowing into my field, what I'm listening to. I have to take full responsibility now on a much higher level of everything that I am ingesting. And so you want to really start to pay attention to, um, like full blown self responsibility for everything you think, or the labels that you have, what you think is right and wrong, good and bad, should and shouldn't. Like, be responsible for that. Like I'm responsible. Nobody's making you see the world in any way other than the way you're choosing it, right? There is no such thing as a bad emotion except for 80 billion people telling you that there are bad emotions in the world. We're not victims to anything. The we the Bad stuff happens and bad stuff's going to continue to happen. Good stuff happens and good stuff's going to continue to happen, right? But we have to become more and more empowered as these souls that incarnated and chose to be here. Um, in terms of how we want to navigate this world. So instead of saying, "Oh my God, this energy came in and I'm screwed, and now I don't," it's like, "Nope, get out. Nope, you can leave now. Thank you. Next." Right? And we just keep moving. We just keep moving. Um, okay, you guys, one last question before I go. How would you explain feeling your feelings to someone who hasn't cried in years and tends to use logic and rationalization to numb? How would I describe feeling my feelings to them? Um, I would I would probably invite them to notice, when they are, because it's not their fault, right? If somebody has is if it's very difficult for someone to feel, it's not their fault. That they have been raised in an environment where feeling wasn't safe, or it wasn't talked about, or it wasn't allowed, and so they're just used to not experiencing energies in the same way. So I would just, like, real gently invite them to notice as they are going about their day, um if there's anything that they feel, if there's a tightness in their chest, Um, when they speak to someone, does it feel easy? Does it feel difficult? Does it feel fun? I would just so it's less about trying to get them to start feeling things like, "Oh, what emotions are you feeling? You need to express or emote more," or things like that. No, 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 no. You want to just get them to be curious around, like, does your body ever feel tight around people? Like, what happens when you are in an argument, or what do you feel when you go home to your wife or you walk into your house with your kids? Like, does your body feel relaxed? Does your body feel tight? Right? So you're just quite naturally just inviting them into a conversation around feeling kind of gently what their body's experiencing. So you got to kind of slowly bring them into the body, because you tell someone, like, just how do you feel right now? It can be very difficult for people to express a feeling if they're truly not even able to tap into a feeling, which millions of humans are not capable of really tapping into feelings right now, and emotions. It's too much. It's been so blocked, and so we want to invite them in a safe way. So it's starting to get them to just feel what their body may be feeling, not so much an emotion. And so you want to get them to look at, like, okay, how you always, like, think about the conversation, and then you have a way in which you're going to respond, and then you're taking in information and you're learning everything. What else do you feel? What else is happening? Do you ever have, like, moments where your body feels dot dot dot? That's what I would do. That will get them in. I'm I'm a let's see, brother with OCD here. Some people compartmentalize, tell loved ones where you are. I'm going through a lot. Sometimes I just text or email him to keep in touch. Um, I have never experienced my spirit living through other people's bodies. No, I have not. I have not. I have not. I have not. All right, you guys, that's all for today. That is it. Join us for Align 8.0 starting tomorrow, August 7th. I'm so excited. Um, so excited. Hopefully this Untangled was helpful in some way. Thumbs it up if you can. Thumbs it up if that's a word. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video to people. Can you see the 12th dimensional grid? I've never actually physically seen it. No. Have you? Have you, Matthias? I've not seen the grid, but it's energetic. It'd be really cool to see the grid. I would love to. Um, yeah, I would really love to. We are starting our fast on the 9th. The 9th. And the ninth. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I'll see you next Tuesday, and I'll see you tomorrow if you're joining us for a line. Um, Take care, you guys. Lots of love.